And welcome back everybody. Today we talk about a few nice thumb rings I got from Vermil Archery, their new version, the wood thumb rings. They are pretty nice. They sent me 5 different ones. First of all, this material they make them of is Padua or Paduk. It's a relatively hard wood. It's between Wenge and hickory. It looks very good. Has this nice orangey kind of, looks just nice. This one is a little bicolor. So, and I don't know which kinds of rings you can have now. They sent me 5 and they look just awesome. Shall we start with the most interesting one for me? Look, this is a manjo ring, but it's not like usual a cylindrical end. It's a little shorter, but for the rest on the back you have this one, and on the front you have this ledge, so it's similar, just a tad shorter as a normal manjo. Diameter wise it's the same. You have this nice bump in there, but it's slightly oval shaped. The antler one is, because people always like to measure stuff. Grain doesn't help. Wait a second. Units, gram, so I was measuring errors. It's 25.9 and this one is a 10.8, so it's very lightweight. And now you see I gave them my size, my measurements long ago, and they still make them nice. This is 23, that's why today it's a little tight, by 22. Has a length of 22 and here an overall thickness of roughly 7 millimeters. Today my thumb is a little thick, but it works. So you have this oval shape, boom, put it on, zack, and now you could turn it that it doesn't go off, but it doesn't make sense for this ring, so I would just leave it in this shape, put it over my knuckle. And there you go, and they feel really nice. So this is compared to this one. It's rough too, you know, it feels good too, but this one is really, I think I like this. So if it's sturdy enough, which I think it is, I really like, and this oval shape doesn't bother me. So if you want to have it further back, you can turn it, then it doesn't go any forward, but then the string is quite far back, so I would still use it like a normal manjo, that my knuckle here is kind of like inside of the ring, and a little thing, a little pinch here, and then the ring is just sitting on it. They all cost $35, I think, but I leave a link in the description and you can check. Very nice. So the Manjurian, the cylindrical one, and it's nicely crafted. Look at this again. It's a really nice made ring. Next is and what I like is the professionalism they have. Here you have the reading and the size, and what you always get, a nice box, and inside the box is then another box with the plastic where the ring is attached. I wish there would be no plastic, you know, safe plastic, but it's Vermil, it's just professional. Made in Thailand, vermilarchery.com. And here I said you always have the description what is on it. So now we talk about the Victory. It's the one, you know, where you have this still a groove, but then it's open there. Looking good, and this bicolor looks good too. Did you turn off now? The Victory weighs 5 grams. So, and if I would be now at Zach Jurica, but I'm not, I would measure everything on the back. They have 6 on the side, they have 4.5, and the whatever the name is I don't know. So I don't do that. Fits again really nice. Look at this, sits on it like very nice. I have not a similar one, but another one out of hardened wood. Got this one from Poland, which was nice, a little smaller, but I did most probably user error, or I got hung up with a knocking ring or knock ring, and I broke it. So this is the only problem I had with this ring here. This one just looks nice, and it's a really nice made. Again, $35, and you get a nice wood ring, and they feel nice. So they are not too smooth, not too slippery, just feel nice. Looking forward to shoot them. Next on the list is the classic in wood. That's the one, you know, with this big, first of all we have a big lip here and then this groove back there. But again, fits really nice. The thumb rests completely in this deep lip. Looking good too. Has a weight to it, most probably, of 6.2. When you see compared to the plastic one, 6.2. But the plastic one, it feels, first of all, the color, and second, it feels, even when you have it on, you know, it's a plasticky feeling. I was never bothered by it, had no problem. But now, since I feel this one, way more natural, way more, it feels just way nicer. So now it depends how they compared in shooting, but I guess they are similar, if not the same. But this one just feels, handling wise, way nicer than the plastic one. Let me see, plastic elastic, and the wood one, really nice. So this is this. Next on the list is the Lotus 2. That's then the, I don't know which style this is. Lotus 2, again, feels just great on the thumb. You see that? A really nice fitting ring. Most probably kind of like the same weight. 6.6, a little more, maybe a little more material to it. And again, it just feels nice, has here a slight, it could maybe, no, most probably not shallow hook. So this is still, we are still in deep hook territory. And again, I have a plastic one, 7.2, a little heavier. And what I find interesting is that they keep the size the same. So this wood really needs to be very sturdy to keep the walls and everything as thin as in plastic or in metal. As you see that they don't break or something. If you had other wood thumb rings, you know, they are just with 40, 50 pounds and they just break on you. And here again, plastic was always fine. I was never bothered with it. But now this one feels so much nicer. You feel, hear that? You have here a grip in it, and here it's nothing. So there is no friction, nothing going on. And with this one, you have this little friction. So this one stays a little easier in position. Really nice. And the last one, I think, might be my favorite because it's still one of my favorite rings from Vermil. I can use this one for shallow hook, the lantern, and again, you won't believe it, but it's the same size as the silver one I have. Look at this, same size. And but the weight, of course, this is full metal. This is wood, weighs nothing here. 4.7, and the metal version 4T. This one feels nice. I mean, this is one of, I said, my favorite, but it's cold. You know, when you shoot in wintertime or something and you put it off and whatever, it can get a little cold. But this is just, for me, one of the greatest shallow hook thumb rings. But, you know, this one is a little more expensive, I think. If this one is doing the job in the same way that I can do here, my shallow hook with this one, and you don't feel anything with this one, it's like you wanna, you feel it, so you feel the heavy weight there. It's nothing wrong with it, it's just different, so both awesome. So this is still one of my favorite rings here. Again, the metal in the wood ring. Completely the same size, same wall thickness, everything the same. If I might, maybe the slope here is a little longer than on this one. I'm not sure if you can see this here, but I think this is mine. This one feels just awesome. So I gave you the weight and what have you, and let's start with the Manchurian with the slightly elliptical thumb ring. Fits just nicely. Let's see how it feels. So loading here is no problem. Then you have the ring. You need to be careful, the ceiling is not so high. Perfect. Shallow hook. Nice. Just one as a comparison, the normal with the antler one. This one is a little too big today, so your thumb is always a little different. But you get used to it, or you put some leather in it, or what have you. Almost have to say, this one feels really good. This ring, Vermil, is awesome. I like this slightly elliptical shape. Sits so much nicer. There's my knuckle, see, now I put it kind of like half-half. Oops, that's too wide. Like this, zack, zack. If the ring is a little too wide for your thumb, you know, just turn it around. It's no problem either. So it's not bad. It's really cool. And for $35, I think. Lightweight, feels good. Inside, you know, it's a little friction because it's wood, it's not polished, and it's a beautiful ring. Really, really nice. Awesome. The classic with the big thingy there. Zack, zack. Feels good. Let's see how it works with loading. The normal way is no problem. Deep hook still. We are in a deep hook territory. Release is really nice. Deep hook, so you just slide back and you feel now it's in the groove. Nice. How about this loading method with a ring like this? It's very flat on the side. Works, you know, no problem. So you can slide nicely over it. Oops. But then of course you need to make your deep hook while you draw, which I am not the biggest fan of, but works just nice compared to plastic elastic. This one is a little too big today. I mean, it's nothing against the plastic ones. They work nice to crisp release everything. It's just the feeling. Wood just feels so much, and I like the color and the feel of it. Very nice. So works for every purpose. Lotus 2. I don't do now the plastic one anymore because it's always the same. Plastic ones are nice. Loading is fine. Would this work shallow hook? The Lotus. Yeah. So with this one, you can go almost shallow hook. Nice. But deep hook, obviously. No problem. Let's try one more time. Shallow hook. Huh? Shallow hook. You know, you have the thumb almost straight. Not sure if it's made for it, but in medium between deep and shallow hook, this one works just nicely. See? Yeah, works nice. Fine, so this one works for everything. Now, of course, you need to shoot a few hundred arrows to see if the reliability is here. I shot now 4 arrows. I don't see anything. Nice. Now to my favorite one, the lantern. This, I don't know, the shape, everything of this just, for me, fits nicely. Postman was coming. So this one is just mine. I think you can shoot it deep hook, but for this I really need to check with the metal one then. So let's see. The wood version. You don't even feel that you have it on it. I really like this. That's the thing with the metal one, you really feel it. So loading, easy peasy, shallow hook. Easy peasy, nice. So lantern, I guess still my favorite here. Nice. So let's try the metal one. This one fits just perfect. They're really good. Loading is no problem. You feel it a bit more, it's more substantial, but the release is nothing different. And this one, of course, my favorite for this technique here, zack, zack. Wood lantern. Padua wood. Easy peasy, look. No problem, you have it. Shallow hook. Zack. Pretty cool. So now I'm a little torn. These two, I think, are my favorites from Vermil. I like the metal one. It's just, there you feel that you have something on it. But this one, especially in winter time or something, you know, when it's a little freezing outside, then this one stays warm with you. Tuck. And works just like, no problem. So, wait a second, I didn't even, oh God. But of course they work all in this direction, no problem. Shall we? Yeah, we shall. Which one would I take for this style of shooting? Now I have the lantern. No problem. Easy peasy. So lantern works. Lotus 2, a little bigger, bit more beefy. Lotus 2. Yeah, there you have a little more which you need to bring over, but works too. You see the difference here. This one goes so quick over the string and this one needs way more. This one will be most probably the worst because you really, when you load like this, you need to go with all this around there. But on the other side, maybe because of the long, let's try. Wait, this way. The classic. Okay. You load. You have the ring close. You just make sure that the lip is over. You slide over it. But I still, this is not for me. Victory was once long ago in Malta when I did this big comparison. It was my favorite. Has like bit almost the same than the classic. Oops, like this. Let's see. Oh, that's clunky. So for this, I like a smaller ring. They work all with it, but so if I would do this kind of shooting, which I do, the lantern is just so small, nimble, and does every style of shooting. This one, easy peasy. So for me, still the lantern the nicest to shoot, is how I shoot. But of course, this is always a very thing of personal requirements or whatever you like. So today I'm the Lord of the Rings. So they're all nice. This one I totally like, the over shape, really good. So manjo wise, this one, perfect. Lantern, nice, my number one. I forgot now, classic. No, this is the big one. I think it's a classic, I forgot the names. It's good when you shoot deep hook, fine. The other one, the Victory deep hook, maybe, did I try shallow hook? Let's see, shallow hook. Oh no, this one. So this one a deep hook. No, it's not for me. And what was left? I forgot now. So deep hook. This one, I think Lotus, is kind of like almost shallow hook. It's just a little big and clunky for this kind of shooting here. But for the rest, you can use this really shallow hook. Maybe a little more than normal, but this is just... So this one would be then my second favorite, because I like shallow hook. But it's too big for me. Oops, and you need to be careful with your shallow hook. The lantern is just working. Zack, it's just... and gives me the safest feeling for shallow hook. You get something. Now I shot a few arrows. You don't see anything here. No scratch, no nothing. On neither of them. Nothing. So this wood is really, really solid. There you have it. 5 rings by Vermil. Thank you very much, by the way, for sending them to me. My favorite is the lantern. Lightweight, small, and does every shooting style I could think of, and I could see if it works. I always need first warm-up. I didn't do warm-up today. But this is so small. The sides are thin. Zack, see, it works just nice. Bam, next one. Zack, zack, talking and shooting, but this one, lantern. All of them great, depending on which shooting style you have. If you do deep hook, these two are just fine. This one is at medium territory, deep, let's say medium hook. And of course, the manjo is pure shallow hook. Let's shoot this one. But of course, manjo is not for, well, almost fast shooting. And then just real shallow hook. And you just open your fingers. So this shooting experience with a Manchurian ring is really cool. So now I'm done, otherwise I shoot another hour. So, cool. Oval shape, really cool. You see that? It's really, really, really good. So this one I would have a look at if you're into Manchu thumb rings. Sometimes the antler rings are quite expensive, but I mean they are nice. This just looks like, you know. But this one for versatility, or it's not so historically looking. Maybe a dark horn or something, you know, like whatever, darkened compared to this one. But this one feels really good. Thank you very much, Vermil, for sending them to me. Really nice rings. I like what you're doing, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.